So our first presenters tonight, we can go up to their slide, I guess. Lynn, Shaffer, and John Turk, and they'll be speaking tonight about the exhibit Creating the Voices of Design for Architects. And if you just wanted to read a little bit here. If you walk into the expansive third floor gallery of the Portland Museum of Art and see a 17-foot tower of windows covered with images of inspiring works of architecture, landscape architecture, and interior design, over which gently cascades text from 25 years of Architects lectures. Touch the tower and images ripple and change. Walk through the portals flanking the tower and hear the voices of Architects' compelling speakers. This is a revolutionary exhibit for the PMA, the Portland Museum of Art, and a gift of inspiration for our greater community. I'd like you all to give a big round of applause to Lynn and John, who will be talking about that process.
So, how do you celebrate 25 years of Architects? Our first thought was to do a publication, either online or in print. And then we thought maybe it needed a little exhibition to go along with it. And all of a sudden, we had this big, audacious idea to do an exhibition at the Portland Museum of Art. We thought at first maybe we'd do pods scattered through the galleries that would provide an architectural experience. But that was more than a little daunting. We weren't quite sure where we were going.
So as this dream of anniversary celebration was incubating, the Portland Museum of Art made the generous offer to host a 3-month exhibition in 2013. No parameters or limitations were specified, only that we would have the full support of the PMA. So with this exciting commitment in hand, we leveraged the services of internationally recognized exhibit design firm Ralph Applebaum Associates and worked directly with local-born Tim Ventimiglia and with curator Robert Waltersdorf. Soon enough, we realized things would become complicated. A large team of designers and various interested parties would be necessary to navigate to an unknown but fantastic vision. Here, Architects was greatly served by Tim's leadership and his brilliant distillation of the essence of Architects into text, image, voice. Expressing these ideas would be integral to any design idea to follow. His early design ideas gave voice to these 3 key elements in what we subversively called Occupy the PMA. Each proposed intervention was to appear under one of the building's many rooftop clear stories, creating an intentional dialogue between intervention and building. While Tim developed design concepts, our curator Robert was charged with mining Architects' audio archives to identify common lecture topics. These topics would then become subcategories within the broader text, voice, image context. So upon digesting our Occupy approach, the museum declared it too invasive and assigned the exhibit to the 3rd floor double-height gallery space. Fortunately, the space contained 3 clear stories. This vessel, this room, would still be in direct dialogue with Architects' intervention. Under the first clear story, an interactive tower of images of speakers' design work would appear. Entering the tower would awaken images tagged to particular topics curated by Robert. Under the second clear story, an open, breathing tower of stacked wood would present floating, illuminated lecture text. Entering this tower would awaken the text, triggering its slow ascent to the ceiling. And under the third clear story, an interactive basket of speaker voices would appear. Upon entering the basket, you'd encounter a console that would allow selection of single or multiple speakers and topics at a volume of the listener's choice. So we sort of envision competition and war happening in there. Then a reality check was in store when Architox determined it could only afford one tower. Our group needed to retain the concept of text, image, voice, and the dialogue with the three clerestory within the gallery. This would mean creating robust but modest flanking voice portals. At this juncture, we reached out to Raphael Dellucci at USM's Department of Design Science to ask him to produce the interactives interface and to help with last-minute conceptualization. Raphael also brought to the process the brilliant Dutch artist Matthias Oostrich to provide programming expertise and help reach for the metaphysical. Artists Christopher Wright and Martin Simpson accepted responsibility for fabricating and installing this exhibit. They had never worked on any such beast, but were game. With the use of Doug Green's well-equipped shop, their mission was set on course. And we'll also note that we used Bullis temporary space. Then in the 5-day allotted window, Chris and Martin, with museum assistants, flawlessly assembled all the components within the gallery space. They installed and tested the interactives with Raphael and adjusted for accuracy, all while following the museum's strict rules and regulations. And with not a moment to spare, installation was complete. Suddenly, the gallery was transformed, presenting a reverent space to interact with word, image, text. Feel the presence of the building and appreciate the inspirational forum Architox provides.
So that's the story of our exhibition. It will be on display at the museum until May 19th. I encourage everyone to go see it. And our lecture series, it begins again in April, every Thursday night in April. More information is available at our website.